We live in a region which is super diversified. Each country, even within Emirates, is a slight different shades, different rules, different regulations, right?
VUCA now is the element that we all have to embrace and adapt as our key strengths. We had challenges in logistics, in transportation, reaching countries at political unrest like Yemen, like Iraq, like Syria, and how we serve and let our product or our medicine reach those countries at situation where they are in high need for it.
We recently introduced a section called Quickfire. Here, if supply chain have a theme song, what that would be? SAP or Oracle? Biryani or Kuchri?
Biryani.
Yes!
I love biryani.
This video is brought to you by us, SCM Dojo. We provide awesome courses, guides, best practices for supply chain community. Hi folks, welcome to one more episode of the Supply Chain Show. As you know, in 2024, I'm trying to reach out to more leaders in the region, especially in the Middle East, and also women leaders, because I know some fantastic people who are doing some great jobs. One of them today is Riham AbouKhatwa, and she's a regional supply chain director leader in supply chain with a wealth of knowledge to share with us. Today, we're going to talk about VUCA, which is a very special topic. And Riham has a lot of interesting thoughts to share. So, Riham, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Muddassir. Thanks a lot. It is a pleasure to meet with you today, and thank you for the nice introduction. And I agree with you. There are many great leaders available in the region of MENA, and we need to connect with all of those people and get the wealth of experience that is there.
No, that's great. I think, first of all, thank you for your time, right? Because I know you're super busy. And finding time, especially on the weekend, is important. So let's start with the topic of VUCA, right? We live in a region which is super diversified. Each country, even within Emirates, is a slight different shades, different rules, different regulations, right? So when we talk about VUCA, that means it makes it even more complex, given the regional complexity, right? So in your experience, what are the biggest challenges you have faced, right? Where you want to start?
VUCA now is the element that we all have to embrace and adapt as our key strengths, because whatever we have faced in the past few years in the region has built resilience that is one of the key elements that we want to have in supply chain. All the elements that we have faced, from the geopolitical situation, from the economic fluctuation, from the diversity of cultures, all the growth that is happening in one country versus the other, the different strategies that are being built that we need to adapt to, has built in each one of us new approaches of managing business.
Right.
So I see VUCA as a catalyst that drives a change management to deploy transformations.
So you're giving a very nice and interesting, positive nuance to it, right? So the volatility we have, the uncertainty we have, the complexity we have, right? You're saying, okay, all of that is actually a good thing, right? Because that could help us to drive change and innovative change to do things better in a more accelerated way than we should
Definitely.
be. I think that's a very interesting way of looking into it.
100% agree with you on this, because the quality of the people that I come across in the region that are the fruit out of this VUCA challenges is amazing.
Right.
I didn't see in any other region that is more stable economically or more stable into the processes standards, or they have their own ways of working, which is highly respected, and there are lots of learnings as well, but it's different learning. Our wealth is our VUCA situation.
Mm-hmm.
This is our wealth. This is how you have people who adapted, who changed their strategies, who found new ways of connecting with other government authorities, internally even with different functions, to change their way of thinking and to find solutions. And the purpose-driven aspect is the best aspect that can build a good mindset of delivering.
Yeah. That's interesting, purpose-driven. Quickfire. Here, if supply chain can voice and can talk, what will be the biggest complaint? What is the, let's call it, the most weirdest and awkward customer request ever seen? If supply chain have a theme song, what that would be? SAP or Oracle? Biryani or Kushri? So when you say purpose driven, and purpose is a visionary state, like yeah. So if you have to define that purpose, how will you define that?
It's different from person to another. If I ask you, Muddassir,
Yeah.
in the morning, what makes you wake up from bed and jump out of bed?
I think I've got this inherent desire to. I believe I can help people. I have a knowledge to share. I've got energy to share, and I want to do it as many people as possible, because for me is, maybe a hadith or depends on the religious angle or not, that you have a tree who gives shades, give knowledge which people benefit. That's what for me is the thing. Of course, I want to make money out of that, right? But I can make money in different ways. But what I do is this whole desire to help as many people as possible.
Exactly. And this is how you define purpose and how you give yourself this motivation and energy to move ahead. So purpose is something that has to be in every one of us. You have to have a purpose or make your journey purposeful, because this is what makes you feel like you're fulfilled. You fulfill your growth, your services, your collaboration with others when you feel like whatever you are driving is purposeful. I worked in different geographies in MENA, and I worked in different industries. I was very lucky that despite that I graduated as engineer in civil construction, but when I started my career with supply chain, I started it with a school of Procter & Gamble. And I moved from Procter & Gamble to Mars to Goodyear, then I went on to entrepreneur, then I went to pharmaceutical. And all this, I never felt I'm a stranger in the industry, because in every industry I go for, I find my purpose and I feel there is a belief in what I'm doing, and there is a service and an objective for it. And this is what makes me really find the best service I can offer to customers, definitely.
That's great. So coming back to the VUCA part, and you have very interestingly given a very positive nuance to it as a catalyst for change, catalyst for improvement. Would you like to share a few examples or a couple of examples with us where you have noticed, of course, don't name and mention any brand. So let's pick a scenario where it was a VUCA situation, and then from your leadership and experience and your team, of course, because a leader is always with the team, right? What you guys have done to end up result, which is an innovative solution. That would be interesting for us to know.
I've been through a lot.
Tell us few.
I've been through a lot, and all of them, what I always feel when I reflect on the previous, you start the year having your strategy, your goals, and objective. Couple of months, something happened that makes you move and divert your plan to see how it takes. So adaptability. Adaptability is a key element that took us through it, through fixing lots of challenges. We had challenges in logistics, in transportation, reaching countries at political unrest like Yemen, like Iraq, like Syria, and how we serve and let our product or our medicine reach those countries at situation where they are in high need for it is what really was driving us to adapt, to find solution, to find ways, of course, respecting regulation, cooperating with governments and authorities who are always open to help corporates. I mean, open this dialogue with authority. Don't block it. Don't see regulation as a
hindrance to do business. Yeah.
They are very cooperative to find solutions. Aside from serving countries as political unrest, we have challenges that happen in our routes of transportation, our flows. When anything happens in Europe, like strikes or riots or anything, it impacts us here, and even it impacts the leg behind us in Asia and in China and reaching even Japan. So we are in a very strategic geographic position where logistically and transportation, everything is impacted. So we faced challenges and planning ahead. Yes, you can plan what you might strategically foresee coming, to be ahead of it. But I think our strength again lies in dealing with ambiguity, dealing with situation as it happened, not being reactive, but approaching situation with a mindset of learning and unlearning. There are ways of doing things, we all know, but in this situation, it doesn't work. So at this situation, I have to unlearn and adapt a new way of working and find solutions, communicating with everyone. And I believe one of the key things that we have to watch out for is to really understand the situation and understand the size of it. When we face a situation of the Turkey earthquake, also unprecedented issue that happened, impacted everything, and we were in a situation where we want to help people as priority, patients in heart. We want to reach them with life-saving drugs at a time where everybody is in need. And we had to adapt and to find all ways to cooperate with government, to reach them, to find where are the best spots to drop the volume of support. So there are always challenges that will come and will keep coming. It's about us, how we adapt our mindset, how we collaborate internally and externally, how we look to our strategies and our priorities and our goals.
That's very nice, very interesting example. So VUCA come in various shapes and forms, right? And I think one of the things which is very uncertain these days is how to manage the millennials, the young people, coming on. They have a different mindset, different needs. They have a different vision and how they want to live life and changes and priorities. The reason I'm bringing it because before we start this episode, you have a very interesting thoughts and with some background of how the young people are behaving in the corporate world, and they have I don't want to use the word disregard of the corporate norms, and we grown up, okay, he's a vice president, and then you have to follow the channels to talk to them people and challenge them or not to challenge them, and it's I remember those moves. You have to go through the protocols and challenge. These guys are not used to it, and they want to do different things. And when we on the job, we said, okay, we're just doing the job, and we just need to learn demand planning and then materials management and warehousing. They just don't want to do that. Of course, they want to come to work and learn something, but they want to do other stuff as well. So for me, I'm including that into this VUCA conversation because that is another this uncertain situation we have, where we have to. I don't think we exactly know what to do with those young people, especially encourage them to stay in supply chain. I recently posted something that if you talk about North America and Europe, is one of the biggest problem is they can't find drivers. The reason they can't find drivers is because driving is not a sexy job, right? Even for young people, because who become driver? Nobody wants to become a truck driver or transportation driver. It's the circumstances make you to become that, right? And then you enjoy it and you stick with it. Now, if nobody wants to be one, because young people are finding different ways to make money and live better and faster with or without education, actually, right? It's a problem, right? Autonomous vehicles are still at least a decade away, if you ask me, in my view, right? So the reason I'm giving this example is, and I think you would like to share your example again. This is uncertain future for us as well, right? Complex.
Yeah.
So it's future for us to manage talent. What's your views? I like to hear that.
Thank you for bringing this topic that is very close to my heart.
Absolutely, I know.
Because it is in front of my eye as a mother of a 16 years old gentleman. I opened my eye that I need to learn a lot. I need to learn a lot about this generation. And whatever experience I have, whatever techniques of coaching, listening, active listening, whatever, it doesn't work with them. It doesn't work with this generation. They are different. They are very ambitious. They are very fast. They want everything quickly. They want things to be happening smart, the smartest way ever. As you just said, they don't see a driver job something interesting for them. And this is a generation where we have to learn a lot, because the future has to be strategically tailored to this new mindset. And we have also to be open to understand them. They need us. They need us big time.
They don't think they need us.
They don't think they need us, but they need us because, and we need them, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
We need them big time as well.
Futures relies on them. Yeah.
And this is one of the things that actually I'm focusing on, understanding them, trying to attract them, trying to engage them into decision making at work, because I also have an experience of engaging them in work. You have to have a special communication way with them. You don't approach them this classical way, the classical corporate way. They have to be...
Town halls doesn't do for them.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. They need to find their advantage. They need to find what is it for me. So these people have to tailor their priorities. You have to tell them, we are on a journey together. So engage them, special communication. Let them contribute in the thought of what are the action to deliver this goal.
So bring their creative ideas into discussion.
Exactly.
Right? Ownership.
And let them open the innovation door. Because one of the key things we want to also introduce in supply chain is innovation.
Yeah.
And they are gonna be one of the key contributors in opening those innovative ideas or innovative solutions, how they can deal, because they're fast paced. Let them work very properly with all the new tools of ChatGPT or the new AI aspects. And we need to adopt this in our corporate life. We need to use solutions that make us work more efficiently and effectively and free our time to added value decision making or added value ideas. Nowadays in supply chain, the AI is a big topic. The Gen AI is a big topic, not only in setting the platform of automation in physical work in warehouses or transportation or whatsoever, but also in planning. And definitely, I think this is one of the areas where this new generation will teach us, and we will contribute with them in developing strategies for the future, definitely.
Mm-hmm. No, that's great thought. I think I can see you have a huge wealth of knowledge. And most importantly, I think you have a huge compassion of this. And I think leaders like you are inspiring for us and for the new generation, that you see that as a need, because a lot of corporate cultures are in actually denial, and they think you need to fit into our corporate culture rather than we should adopt our corporate culture. You know, I work for a couple of big corporate, I work for Japanese corporate, American companies. They were pretty simple. You become, they used to call it vision and values. If you follow vision and values, fine. If you don't, then go and work somewhere else. It was very clear, right? So if you want to stay in the job, you got to know, you got to fit in, rather than they're going to adopt their own thing. But I think what you said is 100% true, right? And I actually substantiate what you said. Now, it leads to a slightly lighter part of the chat, because we recently introduced a section called Quickfire. Here, it doesn't have to be logical, right? It's maybe supply chain, maybe not, right? And you just need to answer very quickly, and we'll see how it goes after that.
Let's see.
All right, let's go there. So the first one. So let's assume if supply chain can voice and can talk, what will be the biggest complaint?
Forecast.
Forecast is wrong. Forecast is always wrong.
Forecast is always, when someone say forecast, I keep, okay, now I have to look what's happening.
All right, okay. What is let's call it the most weirdest and awkward customer request I've ever seen in your job?
To let the vessel move quickly. Can we ask the vessel to come a little bit?
Yeah, it's on the sea. It's going to be. It's gonna go a certain nauticals, and it's gonna be like that. The only option is fly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very nice one. All right. If supply chain have a theme song, what that would be?
Shine.
Okay. We have a supply chain rap, by the way. We did that. I seem to all share with you. You should check it out. Shine is good. All right. So that's great. SAP or Oracle?
SAP.
Why?
It is full of not tackled areas that we can tailor, and that will give us a good base to prepare for AI and Gen AI.
Right. Biryani or kushri?
biryani.
Yes.
I love biryani.
She's Egyptian. She didn't say kushri,
I
right?
love
Okay. Beautiful.
21 years in the region. I cannot.
Biryani. All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Now, final thought, right? What would be your advice to your younger self? One advice.
Be patient.
Be patient.
Everything will come in the right time. Keep on focusing on what matters. Bit by bit, the pot will be filled and you will reach what you want.
Be patient.
Yeah.
Bit by bit. Don't be in a rush.
Yeah.
And the end result would be better? That's what you think?
Yes. It's two elements, discipline and persistence.
100%.
So discipline
100%.
is key.
Young people are in rush. We were in rush. But now we realize actually if you do, I think, improve yourself or focus on a goal or a task or something over the longer period of time, every day, persistently, right, bit by bit, the result will come.
Yeah, it will.
It will not come in a rush.
Efforts never deceive you.
Absolutely.
Efforts always
Correct.
come with fruits and always come.
I think you should do your own podcast. I think you're super good.
All right.
Right? I think you should start your own. I think you got some beautiful thoughts.
Thank you very
I
much.
think we should see more of you. I don't know why we don't see more of you. I'm very inspired by talking to you, right? And I think you come across as somebody who has a very good perspective, not just on supply chain, actually in life in general.
Thank you,
And
Muddassir. I think it's your energy, your charisma, whatever you're adding value in supply chain, bringing supply chain to the surface. I've been following you for many years now, and all your guests are really distinguished, and I connect with them. And this is what we need to do, put supply chain at heart, because supply chain is the heart of any business.
Right.
And nowadays, with all the processes of anticipating the future, we are creating integration.
Right.
And who is the orchestrator of this integration?
Right.
It is the function of supply chain. That is like in the middle, catching up all the function. And this is where we have to keep on advocating for supply chain.
Yeah. I think last thing I would say before I thank Riham is Riham now is focusing on more into conferences, personal branding, more networking, and I think we need more leaders like Riham. It's generally the same people who turn up to conferences. So I don't know whoever is watching, and I'm sure definitely going to recommend you to a few people. So get Riham onto your podcast panel or whatever. That's going to be great. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
You've been so good. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching, folks. And if you like what we're doing here, so like, share, subscribe. Do follow Riham. I have given Riham's LinkedIn into the description. Do follow that. Take care. Ciao.